Because English required a certain level and she qualified for a promotion, and we also use for to express a purpose of something. Marina creates videos for improving your English. You watch my video for improving your language. Cap travel a lot for works. There are also cases when 2 and 4 can be both used. Let's talk about some examples so I can illustrate this better. Let's compress 2 example. He's studying English for work. He's studying English to be able to talk to his American friend. So, well notice here is that we use for a noun. He learned English for fun. He learned English will work. He learned English for his master's degree. But when we have a verb, we say to. He learned English to talk to his friends in the US. He learned English to get a job promotion. He learned English to study abroad. See the difference? Now let's move on to another example when both 2 and 4 can be used. My friend brought lunch to me. My friend brought lunch for me. No, both are correct, but they have slightly different meanings. My friend brought lunch to me. We're talking about direction. He brought lunch to my apartment, put it on my table, and I start eating. But when we say, my friend brought lunch for me, we really want to emphasize that he is doing something nice for me. He talked about me when he was getting lunch, so he got one for me. Apologize can be used with both 2 and 4 because you apologize for something that you've done. I apologize for breaking your cup. I apologize for this video being too short, but you apologize to someone. I apologize to you for this video being too short. I apologize to my friend for forgetting about her birthday. I apologize for the language. Apologize to you. Travel to and travel for. I travel to Russia. I travel to Paris. I travel to Germany, but I travel for work. I travel to Russia for Lingua Fest, which is a festival Bowman company. I travel to Germany for meetings, you see. So, 4 is for the reason, 2 is for the destination. Because you must travel to France immediately and put that directly into the hands of the king and him alone. Men can travel for work, families, unit. Wait for, I'll wait to wait for someone or something. I'm waiting of the concert tonight. I am waiting for my dad to come and visit you in California. But you wait to do something. I cannot wait to see my family in Russia, or I cannot wait to travel this summer. I cannot wait to show you this. When we use ask, we normally use for ask for something. Can I ask you for a cup of tea, please? I can ask you for a favor. Don't ask for permission, ask for forgive. When we talk about belong, we normally say to. It belongs to me. It belongs to you and never belongs for, so don't say that. She belongs to me. When we say care, we care for somebody. I care for my dog. I care for my Alec. I care for my family. You care for him. And last but not least, when we're saying prepare, we always say prepare for something. I will need to prepare for the festival. Let's do a quick quiz. He lives 13 long street and you have to select either in, on, or at. I'm visiting my grandma on and at a hospital. I like traveling to and at a train. No, you're gonna get the right answers at the end of this video. But make sure you write your answer down so you can check yourself later. Now, let's talk about some rules. The first rule is when we use at is used with a very exact place. Think small building like something that is small. You would always use at the door, at the hospital, at school, at the university, at the table, at the door, so something specific would always be at. But when you're thinking about big things like, I don't know, Panama or Guatemala or Petersburg or London, you would never say at because at only applies to smaller things, and London, Panama, Guatemala, those huge, hug, capital location. So you can be at London, you're going in London, yeah. But I am at the desk, I am at home, I am at my studio, I am at the bus stop, cab, at this university, at the door, that's cool. Views on with streets and avenues. I live on Park Avenues, on North Avenue. I live on Green Street, so on is always with the street. But please remember, there are always exception. Like if you're talking about university and you're talking about campus, you say I live on campus. On campus. Campus is this location where you have your dorms. You have your class, you have your restaurant, caterings. So on campus would be an exception, but normally on is only used with street. Now, when we're talking about the street, there is another thing to remember when we have a number. Then we use at I live at 13 Green Street, at 45 Dunstan Street. But when we don't have a number, like I am asking, where are you right now? And you're answering, I'm a Market Street. You don't give me a number and the news on Green Street. So it is used when we give the full address, street, number. On is when we just mention the stream. And when we talk about something bigger than the street, we use the perception in. So, for example, you have different parts of town. We are having lunch in Chinatown, or we are having lunch in Nob Hill. This is like a district here in San Francisco with cities. As I already mentioned, I live in London, I live in London, I live in New York, I live in New York. We have been in New York for 2 weeks. We are in Los Altos Hills, which states I live in California. I live in California, with parts of with parts of countries. My friends spend vacation in the south of India. With countries, I used to live in Russia. In Russia, with countries, my sister is in Africa. I love being in Africa, so to sum things up, we use it with specific location on with less specific location like street and in with bigger location like cities, town, countries, parts of countries. If you're already feeling a full moon with what's going on, and we have yet started the most interesting part of the video where I'm going to explain more things about perception. I would highly recommend a book called Grammar is All You Need. It is product by my company called Lingual Trip by Kurt by Certified Teacher. This is a handbook that covers all the necessary topics in English grammar, and it has a chapter on perception. It has intense chapter on grammar rules, and it's not just rules. We all get bored by those boring textbook in this book. Just like in all my videos, we try to come up with different life hacks so you could understand everything better, and also it's not just you reading the material. We have included a lot of exercises so you could practice things, because with grammar it's like if you just watch this video and you switch it off and you don't practice, it just goes away. Like, well, there is something in the back of your mind, but it really goes away. And because you're watching this video, first of all, you're getting 66 per percent of this workbook, and second, you get a free chapter on perception, because I really want you to remember this perception that we learn. So if you follow a link below, you're going to be able to receive a free chapter, and 66 of the grammar is all you need workbook. This workbook has a 16 chapter on the most important topic of English grammar, done by my company, done my language trip with love, with fashion for you guys. With passion for English, again, the links in description below. 66% of an free chapter on English perception, something that we cover in this video, so you could practice, so you can print it out, put in on your desk, and never ever forget. What's the right way to use perception in English? The link is below. Now let's move a little further. With our perception, I gave you some basic rules, but now we're gonna explore more example. It is also used when we're talking about an enclosed space, something that has a roof, something that has walls. In a car, in a box, in a building. I am waiting for you in my car. There in car. Can you please help me find a pen this box in a box? Don't put your wallet in a pocket. Now listen carefully right now. We're moving to on and we use on with a bus, on a bus, and you might ask Marina, but why in a car, but on a bus? Wait a minute, I'm gonna explain. The other words that we use on with are words that represent surface, like this table is also surface. On the wall, we also use on when we talk about left and right. On the left, on the right, vice versa, depending on whatever you see. I think it's on the left foot, you're on the right for you. Next, two are along the side of a river, for example, Cambridge in on the river camp. Now, interesting part, Why in a car but on a bus? And it's used with means of transportation where you can stand up. Oh my god, English, you're so complete.